Hey everyone, it's me, Kevin from Project Capital. That's my face, if you're wondering. So in this video, I'm going to be taking you through how to build this great looking dashboard that they've done for the coronavirus cases. And we're going to be doing it in Excel. So just looking at this dashboard quickly, it's got like this blue theme with these bar charts and a couple of graphical line charts and a bar charts and a map. Let's see what we can do. It's for all you beginners. Cool, so we're not going to make it look exactly the same, but we can try to make it a decent looking dashboard for all you beginners out there that don't know how to do dashboarding. Okay, so I've got my data set. Goes from column A to column L. Let me just shrink this window here so you can see the data. Okay, so there's quite a lot of information, don't get too confused if you have to put a report together, and then just go through the bottom of the table. So what I did was you click on a cell, you hit Control down, that'll take you to the last row of the table or the last cell of that specific column or row. So there's about 61,000 rows, and as I said, it goes up until column L, so it's not too bad. Or you can just use your mouse just to scroll up and down, but I think to be more efficient, try to use your keyboard. Okay, so let's begin. So how I would analyze this data is I'll put a filter just to see what's sort of in each of the data sets. So starting off with dates reported, we've got the day, the month and the year. Okay, that's obvious. I think the cases are the total number of cases in each of the countries and territories. We've got deaths, so that's the number of deaths, so that's just the numerical number. Then we've got the geo labels, and I think that's abbreviation. Then we've got the country territory code. We've got some sort of continent, and let's just see, cumulative number for 14 days of COVID-19 cases per 1 million, I think that's what it says. Okay, so what I did was I dropped a filter at the top, Control Shift L for the shortcut, so Control Shift L, and then if you click the drop downs, what's more important, so let's just check. So I'm sure this is all 2020 2019, perfect. And let's see, countries and territories, what are we working with? So we've got looks like there's quite a bit of countries in here. Cool, goes all the way down to Zimbabwe. Let's check the abbreviation, so it's going to be AD all the way down to Zim. I think ZM is Zimbabwe. Let's see the continents. There's your continents there. Okay, let's begin. Alright, firstly, insert pivot table onto your new worksheet for all your beginners. So basically, if you just say insert pivot table, it takes the range of everything, remember the 61,000 rows, and up until column L, so A to L, it takes everything, and you say OK. Just shrink this a little bit. Sure you guys are tired of seeing my face here. Okay, so this is blocking everything. Let's see if we can move me here. Okay, so let's see what we can do from an analysis point of view. Okay, so let's just put here number of cases, and then we can do it by country and territory. Okay, cool, so we've got the number of cases for the period. Let's just put here under the columns. So obviously 2019 there was no cases, so everything was in 2020, so I'm going to pull the year out because it's irrelevant, right? And then let's just put the number of deaths here. Cool, so now let's make these formats read as a proper number, because I think it's all joined together with a space. So let's click the drop down arrow under values, value field settings, number format, click number, click 1000 separator, and then no decimal places. See that? Click OK. Click OK. Cool. And then you see there's it separates it nicely, so you can read the digits quite nicely. Let's take away these grid lines in the background. So you click View, untick the grid lines, tick it on, tick it off. Let's go back to the pivot, and then let's just put here the same number format. Use 1000 separator, click OK. Perfect. Okay, and then it puts the month. You know what? Let's do two different pivot tables. So we're going to take out the dates. Let's put the months on top, so we can at least get some sort of trend graph going. So in the pivot table, let's just reduce the size of the description and the column labels. So 1 obviously being January all the way to 12. So this was the number of cases. Cool. So then that's the total number of cases that we've had for the full year. So if we take the month out, so that's the 49,000 that we saw earlier. See? Pull that out, undo. Cool beans. So that should go all the way down to Zimbabwe. Now we're getting somewhere. Click save. Now we've got that. Now let's see if we can pull in a distribution graph or line chart. So let's see what they've done here. So they did it this way. So let's see if we're going to do something similar. So let's open up another sheet. No, let's see if we can insert a bar chart firstly. I think let's try this one. Change the style, black and white. Can even change it different colors here. Don't think we're going to do that. Let's copy this. Let's copy this chart into a new sheet. Okay, maybe it's got quite a lot of data, so let me just move myself here. Let's make the background blue, so we have that similar look and feel. So let's just use this blue here. Click drop down that one. So maybe we can create something like this. Put a chart here. Okay, put a chart there. Let's see what else you can do. You can put maybe a trend graph if we wanted to. So we can do it as the total number of cases per month and then a chart for the dates. So let's just see, that's sheet 4. So let's just rename our sheet 4 to the dashboard. Okay, and then this is our data. Let's just rename that pivot. Actually, you know what, let's call that pivots, and let's just make another copy of this pivot to another sheet here. Let's take out the grid lines, and then we're going to take out the countries, so we can trend the number of cases and the number of deaths, and then let's pull this on the rows. See what happens there. So it puts the sum of deaths and the cases under months. But that's it's going to be hard to do some sort of graph, so you pull the values into rows. Now it shows it like that, and then let's just go equals this. Let's just set up our numbers here. Then let's pull this up one. Let's insert a row, Control Shift plus, and then let's insert. We can do a line chart with a secondary bar chart, or the other way around. So let's do that. So the top line being the number of cases, and then maybe you can change this to this pink line. So maybe you can make it a number of cases. Oh, see, total number of cases, and then let's just turn this into deaths, for example. So let's go change chart type. Let's move this out the way. So number of deaths is the bottom line. Let's change it to bar. Secondary axis, voila, perfect. And then let's give it that pinkish color. That one that's pinky already. Okay, 9 here. So we'll manually do it. Go format. Click on that line and then say more outline colors, and then we'll have some sort of pinkish color here like this. Click OK. There you go. So you got the pink. Let's take out these horizontal lines. You click on the horizontal line and you delete, and then I think let's keep the labels. Yeah, cool. Okay, delete this. Okay, let's see what it looks like when we paste it into the dashboard. Okay, cool. So now it's like that. Now what you do is you format the plot area, and then I think you change the color to transparent. Let's just check, where's this no fill? Transparency. Unless you gotta fill it with blue, I think. Let's just check. Oh, there we go. There we got the blue, and let's just take away the border, shape outline, no outline, and then let's just see what we can do. The labels, let's make it a solid white. So all the text in here should be solid white. There we go. Much better. Much better. Okay, let's shrink that. Let's have one dashboard there. It's looking decent. Change this like that. Shape fill that, and then change the font to white, so everything comes out white. This one, let's see if we can take out the data label there. Cool. And then let's take out the bottom data label. So now let's put in the graph. Let's just look at this. Okay, so let's see what we can do. Let's put in this piece here. So what I've done is I've created another pivot table. I just said this equal that, dragged it across, change the decimals, let's make it smaller, and then how I created this graph was select that, insert line chart first of all, oops, take out the horizontal lines, click that, no man, okay, then we're gonna make this second line the number of deaths. Let's just see what we've got here. So we've got the total number of running cases here, and then we've got the total number of deaths on the bar. So let's make the bar the secondary axis. So then let's say format, design, change chart type. Number of deaths, select as bar, but you see it's low. You want it to sit in that scaling, so secondary axis. Voila, perfect. There we go. Looks awesome. Now let's try to get the same colors. So they've got the this as sort of like a pinkish color. So let's put that. Oh, it's a shape outline. And then the bar charts, let's make it like a white. And then let's just make that background that bluish color that they had, and then the text, I'm gonna make it white. And then let's take out the border as well. So shape outline, no outline. Cool, let's copy this into the dashboard, see what it looks like. Oh, it looks cool already. Cool, now let's see if we can put in some titles here. 272,000. Call the active cases. Active cases. I'm not going to make it look exactly the same, but you get where I'm coming from. So I don't want to take up too much of your time. Active cases. Let's make this centered here. Let's make it bigger. Looks stunning already. And then, so we've got the bar charts. You can even put a graphics there if you want. But I think you guys can do that on yourselves. So we've got the bar charts here. And then, yeah, you can add a whole bunch of other things if you want. You got active cases. Put here total deaths. And then let's put that as like 10,000. That's in total. So each and every time you get the data, you'll just have to refresh the pivot table, and then you should have all the latest information refreshed all at once. Cool. It's not going to be a smart. It's not going to be automated and picks up real-time information as the data comes through, but I think from a dashboarding perspective, this can work. You can even add a white border around here if you want, just to make it look a little bit more professional. So let's just say format cells. I'm gonna put border. Let's put an outline border and make it white, which is the same. Click OK. What happened there? Format cells. Outline border. Try that. Oh, I wonder why it's black. Anyways, click save. There you go. You've got a simple dashboard that you can use. You can paste it into PowerPoint, and you can present it like that. And you can do this with any other data sets that you get. So I hope you enjoyed the content. I'll be posting regularly and every week. Watch my other videos that I post